Assalamualaikum. We are from Group 2. We present about Felda Berhad. Our group consists of 4 members, including me, Cik Wan Nurul Najwa Ain Fatihah binti Sarudin, and my friends Azra Miza binti Shaban, Nur Fatimah Zahra binti Ahmad Rosli, and Zarin binti Makasri. So I will start the presentation to explain for the background of the company. Felda was established on July 1st, 1956, following the Land Development Act of 1956 as initiated by Tun Abdul Razak bin Hussein. With the primary goal of combating rural poverty and promoting land ownership on commercial basis. Felda aimed to implement a resettlement program to end poverty and accelerate rural development for smallholders by assigning landless individuals to Felda Land Project, serving as an instrument for eradicating poverty the community. According to Section 3 of the Land Development Act 1956, Felda's role includes promoting and assisting in the investigation, formulation, and implementation of land development. The government decided to draft the Land Group Settlement Area Act 1960, also known as the GSA Act. The GSA Act facilitated land ownership through a delay payment plan, where settlers gradually paid off debts, including survey fees, development costs, and land nets. The chronology of the Felda issues. So the first is inheritance difficulties due to legal restriction. The GSA Act's prohibition on heirs and beneficiaries being registered on the land. Title significantly complicates inheritance procedure for Felda land. This contrasts with the more lenient regulation of the National Land Code 1965 and the limitation of ownership of two people under the GSA Act creates serious issue and for heirs, particularly impacting the second generation of Felda settlers. Second one is high rate of stalled inheritance claim. The letter of administration issuance step is a major bottleneck with over 14% of inherited land ownership claim under the GSA Act. Stalling at this stage. So research highlight that intrafamilial conflict are a significant obstacle with 60.62% of cases stagnating due to family dispute. By 2000, many land titles remain in the name of deceased settlers pending transfer to their legitimate heirs. Next, the systematic consent in succession process. The problem is exacerbated by fraud and heirs dispute, leading to delays and complication in distributing Felda property ownership. Over 1 million inheritance claims remain unsettled due to inefficient administration by beneficiaries with unresolved claim totaling RM 38 billion. This issue underscores deeper systematic concerns in the succession process for Felda properties, where legal to obstruct efficient ownership transfer. So that's all from me. I will pass to the next presenter.
Hi, my name is Nur Fatimah Zahra and I will be presenting about the issue associated with the transfer of land ownership under the Federal Land Development Authority Felda in Malaysia, particularly after the deaths of the original settler. It discusses the relevant laws, namely the Land Group Settlement Areas Act 1960, GSA Act, and the National Land Code 1965, NLC, and the challenges in transferring land ownership to the heirs. So here is breakdown to the legal implication, potential punishment, and court outcome based on this statement. So here are the legal implication. Under Group Settlement Areas Act 1960, which is GSA Act, it was divided into 3 sections, which is Section 14, 15, and several Clause 3. So the first one explain about Section 14, which it prohibits more than 2 co-owners. The second one is Section 15, where it prohibits subdivision or leasing of the land. And For the Section 7 Clause 3, its limit land used to residential, public, commercial and other approved uses. For the second legal implication are the Small Estate Distribution Act 1955, where governs the appointment of the administrator for small estate, where it requires the administrator to manage and distribute the estate according to Fara'id, Islamic inheritance law, or other again upper method. Number 3 is about inheritance administration, where dispute among heirs and issue with administrators can lead to legal action and delay in transferring ownership. So this slide is about punishment and penalties. So the implication of violating GSA Act or mismanagement under the Small Estate Distribution Act could involve: the first one is legal disputes, where family disputes over inheritance can result in court cases. The second one is fraud or misrepresentation, where administrators who act fraudulently or without proper authorization could face legal action for fraud, which may include fines or imprisonment. The last one are non-compliant with court orders, which failing to comply with court orders regarding inheritance distribution can lead to contempt of court charges. So the last slide that I will be presenting is about the court outcome. The first one are appointment of administrator, where courts may appoint or replace administrator to ensure fair distribution of the estate. The second one are resolution of disputes, where court mediates disputes among heirs to reach a consensus or enforce fair distribution. And the last one are enforcement of GSA Act, where court uphold the restriction of the GSA Act to prevent land fragmentation and ensure economic viability. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, I am Azra. So now we will discuss a significant and complex issue, fraud in the transfer of Felda property ownership in Malaysia. This problem is influenced by a combination of individual, organizational, and legal factors that collectively compromise the legitimacy of property ownership procedures and exacerbate disputes among stakeholders. So firstly, family disputes over land inheritance are a major contributing factor to fraud. According to the case study, 60.62% of incomplete land ownership transfers result from family disagreements. For example, siblings may dispute how to distribute the land, leading one party to provide false information to authorities about their rightful heirs. This false declaration is often made to exclude other rightful heirs and gain control over the land. In situations where families cannot reach an agreement, some individuals may resort to dishonest tactics to secure their inheritance. They justify their actions by claiming to address an injustice or defend their rightful share. The lack of clear agreements and communication within families further aggravates these disputes. Another significant factor is ineffective administrative procedures. The case study highlights that delays and issues in land ownership transfers often stem from unclear procedures and inadequate information provided by the authorities. So, when authorities fail to offer clear and comprehensive instructions regarding the inheritance process, the confusion and opportunities for abuse arise. People might falsify documents to meet perceived requirements, attempting to navigate the complex transfer processes without adequate guidance. The problem is compounded by the absence of standardized operating procedures for land transfers. This lack of clarity allows people to engage in fraudulent activities by circumventing official channels. For instance, individuals may enter into unauthorized agreements or transactions that do not adhere to the law, attempting to expedite the transfer process illegally. The case study illustrates how ineffective administrative procedures and unclear policies encourage such dishonest behavior. The Land Act 1960, or Group Settlement Areas (CSA Act), imposes strict limitations on land ownership, restricting it to two individuals and limiting the registration of beneficiaries and heirs. These legal restrictions create significant challenges for families, often leading to fraudulent behavior. To circumvent these legal constraints, individuals may manipulate documents to include more beneficiaries than allowed, or to exclude rightful heirs. The case study notes that these restrictions contribute to disputes and fraudulent activities as people try to navigate around the limitations imposed by the ZSA Act. Economic pressures also drive fraudulent behavior. Those facing financial difficulties may be more inclined to commit fraud to secure valuable assets, such as land. While the case study does not provide a precise proportion, it suggests that financial hardship can push individuals towards fraud as a means of securing their financial future. This includes forging documents or making unlawful transfers. Furthermore, societal and cultural norms play a role in the prevalence of fraud. In communities where fraudulent behavior is more accepted, individuals may feel justified in their actions. The case study implies that in some groups, dishonest behavior is seen as normal, weakening moral boundaries and leading to illegal transactions and covert agreements.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Zari binti Magasri. So I'm gonna present about the role of corporate scandal in the development of accounting and the profession. So the first point is evaluation of auditing practice. The accuracy of financial reporting and decision-making process depend on strong governance procedure, so such as the creation of independent board and audit committee. Based on the case study, improved governance in the Felda setting may entail tighter supervision and better handling in land ownership data. In terms of accounting profession, it shows how important is it for auditor and accountants to uphold governance norms and offer trustworthy financial data in order to preserve the public faith in business organization. The second point is the strengthening professional ethics. Corporate scandal drives the evaluation of auditing practice by highlighting the need for more rigorous and comprehensive audit. In order to identify and prevent fraud, auditors are increasingly using forensic accounting method, risk-based approach, and advanced technology. They ensure that record and correct and which prevent fraud and facilitate the speedy resolution of dispute. This progress implies that auditing standard will continue to improve and new tool and procedure will be adopted, all of which will benefit the accounting profession. Using the most recent method, auditor need to flexible and alert to protect the accuracy and of financial data. The third point is increase in transparency and disclosure requirement. So the accounting profession has placed more importance on ethics as a result of the revelation and of unethical behavior in corporate scandal. So professional organizations have revised their code of ethics to highlight value like fairness, honesty, and skill. Ethical problems in the framework Felda, such as fraud and here conflict, emphasize the necessity of moral conduct in the management of land and inheritance. It is crucial for auditor and accountant to uphold the highest ethical standard to ensure that their professional conduct uphold the public trust. Their work must demonstrate honesty and impartiality. In addition to creating an ethical culture within the industry, promoting professional ethics help minimize problems in the future. The fourth point is development of forensic accounting. So focus on investigating financial fraud and providing litigation support. This specialization is a valuable area of competence of the accounting profession, strengthening its capacity to fight fraud and assist with legal proceedings. In order to identify and stop financial misbehavior, forensic accounting provides extra level of inspection and analysis. The last point is enhanced role of technology in accounting. Okay, the use of technology in accounting has increased as a result of corporate scandal such as blockchain, artificial intelligence, and data analytics. So, which are being utilized to increase the efficiency and accuracy of financial reporting and audit. This tool can support fraud prevention, anomaly detection, and financial record integrity. Technology may utilize in the Felda context to keep correct and impenetrable land ownership data, enabling more seamless inheritance procedure. By utilizing cutting-edge technology, accountant and auditor may carry out their responsibility more effectively and efficiently, giving stakeholder more confidence. Conclusion is, Felda has played a significant role in changing Malaysian rural environment and opening up change for land ownership, but it still needs to adapt constantly to deal with both internal issues and external demands. So maintaining its integrity and influence in the future will require embracing modern accounting technique and fortifying in governance.